and I've told the story several times. When I went to work at Channel 9, I was going into work one day and met him as he was leaving the building, having been in. I had no idea who he was. Introduced ourselves. We went outside in the parking lot and stood there for about an hour and talked because we had so much in common and kind of bonded that first day we met each other, and it's been like that for 38 years. And this guy here, I had known him since way back before. I was the Athens bureau chief when you worked at another station in town.
Yeah, he was my favorite reporter.
And Don and I go way back. So we reconnected at Channel 9 38 years ago, and it's just been, and then you joined the party about 30 years ago. You know, guys, all that says is one thing: we're old. We're old. And just look at the people who have come here today. I'm looking on the front row. Here's a guy. I'm gonna walk. This guy here, stand up, big guy. This guy here and I grew up together, what, a half a mile from each other, something like that. I told Scotty several years ago, when you get to run this dairy business and stuff, you've got to get a signature of some kind. Try a bow tie or something. Bring some ice cream. Good. All right. Love the bow tie. Thanks, Scotty. Appreciate it. I talked about this guy earlier. Covered him when he was a little bitty kid playing defensive back. Wasn't very good for the Chattanooga Mocs, and now he's coaching. And I'm gonna miss you, big guy.
Well, I was thinking about it too. I'll miss my Wednesday walk, seeing you every Wednesday down the practice field. The best part of my Wednesday was that. Not practice, but seeing you on Wednesday.
This guy here makes what I do special. It really, really does. Coach Huseman and I go back to, again, his playing days. He's top shelf guy. And the folks who run UTC come up with the money necessary to keep him here as head football. I can say that now. See, I'm a fan, and they're keeping me. I've already told Coach Huseman in the past I go to Mocs games to watch him. I become a fan next year. I'm coming after you. You do something I don't like, I'm gonna let everybody know.
I'm gonna save the seat right behind the bench, and you can get after me. You can get after me anyway.
Can I wear a headset and stuff?
No. Go to somebody else.
I got to go back and just stay with me for a minute. Stand up, guys. These two guys here, stand up. Something like 40-something years ago, I worked with this guy at a radio station, WLAR, in Athens. He replaced me when I left, came to Chattanooga. Johnny Kaufman replaced me as the voice of the Cherokees, and he's been the voice of the Cherokees ever since, and I appreciate him coming by. This guy here was the head coach of the Cherokees in 1972, the last time that I did the play-by-play for McMinn County High School. Got to follow him at McMinn County, got to follow him at Cleveland through that 3 straight state championship running skid, through the Ooltewah days. The earliest childhood memory I have, my daddy carried me in his arms to watch Benny Monroe play quarterback at McMinn County High School. Have you heard that one before me? These are two special guys who, I mean, you know, you meet people in your career and some people stand out, and these are two guys who stand out. They really do, guys. I appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you, Johnny. Yes, sir. And did I ever tell you that my earliest childhood memory? Bruno, am I lying?
No.
Did Dad carried me to watch Benny play quarterback.
Absolutely, yes.
I see Jim Reynolds over here, David Herb Adcox, bless your heart, love you guys. So many people. Gerald Riggs is over here. I appreciate it. There's another guy. I covered him and his son. That's something else. Joey Early, there's my sister-in-law, Denise. Bill Tuggle that I worked with on radio in Athens. When I worked with Kaufman, we were kids then.
We were.
Bill used to play a whole lot of Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Congratulations, Don Martin, great to see you. Jay Greason from the Times Free Press, Jay Blackman, and Lee Hunt from UTC. Let me go over here in the dark here. Randy Smith, stand up. Appreciate it. Here's a guy that I worked opposite for so many years. We were not competitors.
No.
Not really. We were friends. Randy Smith and I have always been friends. And
Yes, we have. We really have.
special. You wrote a really nice article about me a couple of weeks ago on Chattanoogaben.com that really means a lot for stuff like that. It means
Yeah, but you didn't remember any of those things that I mentioned.
well, and I have selective memory.
But, you know, the thing is, and I really, feel like I have a lot of relations with all these people here because I grew up watching you.
High school that I've worked with since he's been there. Robert Akins next to him. Robert was at Boyd Buchanan, covered him with his state championships, and now at Ringgold High School. Let me talk to my favorite guy here. We've said this for, stand up again. Dave Staley and I have said this for several years. You strike up friendships along the way with a lot of people. Struck up a friendship with this guy so many years ago when he coached the Chattanooga Mocs. He left here as coach of the Chattanooga Mocs, got a job scouting in the NFL. That thing worked out pretty good, didn't it? Buddy Diggs went on to be director of scouting for the Buffalo Bills. Put together a team that went to Super Bowl or two. Went to San Diego, put together a team or two that went to a Super Bowl. There was a Breeze guy, a Manning guy involved in that thing. And is Diane here?
No, she just had to go. She got a tennis match.
And Diane, his wife, is the reason that Buddy still lives in Chattanooga, and he's still a great friend. Buddy Nix, he said, I saw Buddy when he came in today, he said, we have to talk later because you're going to have to teach me how to do this retiring thing. You can't retire.
Well, I'm not old enough yet.
All of these people are talking about how young they are and how old I am. But he's been, our friendship,
Long time.
long time. He always invited me to Buffalo to visit anytime I wanted to. Buffalo, New York. When he got the job at San Diego, I never got an invite.
Back in Buffalo, the invitations still go.
Good to see you. There's Quake, Stephen Hargis, Kevin Cole, former employee here, Owen Seaton from UTC, another guy that I covered. My career has been one of covering kids as they grow up, get older, and go on to special things in their life. One of my favorites all-time covering was Reggie White. Covered Reggie when he was a high school basketball and football player down at Howard High School. Went on to become a pretty good football player up in Tennessee, and then went to the NFL and kind of, didn't do much there. No, I'm sorry, that was BJ. Coach Huseman talked a little while ago about our Wednesday meetings, and when BJ was at UTC, it was the same thing. It was like every Wednesday, BJ and I would spend a little bit of time together, and it's been that way. You're going to play in the NFL. I'm going to hook you and Buddy up. You're with Buffalo? He's invited me. How are things going with you?
Things are going well. Things are going well. Just glad to be back in Chattanooga, spending time with people who I've grown up with and really enjoyed. So thank you guys for having me back. I really appreciate it.
It was a pleasure watching this guy play at Baylor.
Hey.
BJ Coleman played at McCallie, played at UT for a little while, then came to UTC. He was a great quarterback at UTC. Green Bay Packers. I wonder how that's working out with them with Rodgers hurt. Herb Adcox, I mentioned him a while ago. Gary Mack. It's overwhelming. All of the people that have come out today, it's overwhelming that for the first time in 39 years, in our business, y'all know this, we wear these things in our ear. There are producers talking to us all the time, wrap up, hurry up. And it's like, I just started. Well, we got heavy along the way. Weather ran long. So we got to cut sports. I haven't, just now, Shannon Millsap said, hey now, it's the first thing I've heard in my ear today. Mike, it's your television station. You run it however.
Like I'm going to stop this.
What?
Yeah, put it back.
We're not really on TV. We joined the network 20 minutes ago. BJ, good to see you. Good to see everybody here. Gary, Mac, we go back for radio.
Is there a drawing for a flat screen TV?
We can make that
We go back to
happen.
the midnight choir, we can do some more of that.
Let's not. Let's not. My boy here, this is another guy that I grew up watching on television at Channel 10 in Knoxville. Remember I told Scotty, I'll get to you in a minute. Remember I told Scotty to do the tie thing and it worked out well for him. There was another childhood friend of ours I just thought of, Bobby Goodfriend. I used to work for Bob's dad. Yeah, in a clothing store in Athens, and Bobby was in college and his dad gave him a place called the Outlet Stores later on when he graduated from school. And I told Bobby, I said, look, change the name of this place. Use your name or something like that. Come up with some little trick. I gave Scotty the necktie thing and told Goodfriend, I said, use maybe Goodies. Maybe that'll work for you. It worked out all right. Well, I told this guy a long time ago, I said, Bob, you ought to get into, doing the voice of the Vols on radio.
That's worked out pretty good.
There was a guy named John Ward that kept standing in your way.
That's all right.
Bob Kessling from Knoxville
Good to
has
see
come
you.
down. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you.
We spent a lot of holidays and bowl games together.
Didn't we?
Down through
Didn't
the
we?
years, yeah, we're
Let's
close.
not talk about that Dallas trip and the Cotton Bowl.
No,
let's not
it's
talk
fine.
about that. But me, him, and Randy Smith have been
Yeah.
broadcast buddies for a long time. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Boy, if they had conference calling back in the day, we would have.
That's right.
We'd have run up some phone bills.
Well, for a guy that, trust me, this is a tough business at times for sports guys.
Yeah.
And for you to do it as long as you've done it and as well as you've done it, that's a great thing.
At the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Bob. We've done the mayors, all of my co-workers. What now? What? Ian? Okay. Okay. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to be on. 41 years ago, this lady became my #1 fan and my #1 critic. And she's the one that's got the honeydew list, my wife, Ann. The wind beneath my wings, as you will. And I'm going to be spending a whole lot of time, I hope, spending a whole lot of time with her when I'm not on the golf course. And I'm going to play golf. I got a golf bag and stuff.
Let me see.
Thank you. Thank you for being there. She's always been, I've been very lucky, very fortunate that I've always had a very supportive family. You heard from Panky and Bruno earlier, from, again, my brothers in Dallas. I had a mom and dad who supported me from the 5th grade when I decided I wanted to be a radio announcer in 5th grade. Panky told the story about getting the tape recorder one year for Christmas, record player one year for Christmas. When I worked at WLAR in Athens, I signed the radio station on at 5 o'clock in the morning. Mom would get up, fix breakfast for me, and Dad would take me to work so that I wouldn't be late for that 5 o'clock shift. I've always had a supportive family, and you've seen these people today who have been supportive friends and great friends along the way. I appreciate them. And there are hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of you out there in TV land who are watching, who have watched. You've been loyal viewers for 39 years. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I'm going to miss y'all. I'm not going to miss my friends because I'm going to stay in contact with them. We've exchanged phone numbers already, and we're going to be fine. We got some things to do. We've got a bucket list to do. Yeah. Can I play golf some? I got a golf bat. You can sit now. Thank you.